Welcome back to the third semi-finals episode of Voice Personality Hunt 2020. My name is Veronica, a Year 3 host with SMU BE's Artist Management team. Having taken part in last year's VPH, I am excited to see what happens next. If you haven't watched the previous episode, you can check it out in our YouTube channel. As a recap, our contestants have already been sorted into teams chosen by their mentors, and in this round, they have to host a live podcast in pairs while interviewing a very special guest. They have also gone through their second masterclass with the very talented Jacqueline Chow, who is also a trainer with SMU BE. For the semi-finals round, we have 3 judges. Our first judge is Jeremy Yeo, a professional MC and voiceover talent. He has been in the events industry for over a decade and is always looking for opportunities to improve himself. Recently, he has emerged into a new normal, doing more on-screen work and virtual events. Our second judge is Charlene Lim, a bilingual radio DJ and professional MC. Charlene is able to appropriately use her radio voice to connect with all target audiences while delivering her client's message. Having studied higher Chinese in schools, it adds another dimension to her skills by being able to connect using specific vocabulary. Her wealth of experience hosting many prestigious events from product launches to major awards presentation galas equips her with a unique charm that allows her to mesmerize crowds. Our third judge is Lee Ching Hong, a bilingual events and radio presenter who radiates fun and energy. He anchors the Saturday morning program at Singapore Press Holdings Chinese Radio UFM 103.3. He has hosted a plethora of events, some of which have esteemed guests of honor such as Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong and President Halimah Yacob, among many others. Currently, he is also a host on A Journal, an entertainment live stream that hosts weekly games with many prizes to be won. This episode, we will be seeing how Team Kennede pops onto the screen. This year, his team consists of Faith and Havel, as well as Vrinda and Rhubarb. The topic is Pop the Champagne, which is all about celebrations. If you want to celebrate something, these guests have your back. They will be interviewing Samantha from Temptation Cakes and Sarah from Plan B Events. Let us take a look at how Team Kennede prepared for the semi-finals.
The 2 pairs that we have today, I think you guys prepared well. However, I'd like to see you still try and edge more personality out of whatever you have already. Because I think one thing that is very unique about our group, right, is that everyone comes from a very, very different experience, you know. Even that time from the quarterfinals, everyone's talking about very unique experiences to themselves. We have 3 different or 4 different nationalities, I'm assuming. And we even have someone, Vrinda, who is right all the way participating right in India. So I think that really try and highlight that experience, always bring it back to you so that you're making the viewers part of the whole conversation. You are engaging with the viewers and you are engaging with your guest as well.
Alright, seems like Team Kennede is ready. We reintroduce our first pair, Faith and Havel, who will be interviewing Samantha from Temptation Cakes.
Hello everybody! Welcome to the Together Show with Havel and Faith. I'm Havel.
And I'm Faith. And for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, this is the show where we celebrate life and we talk to the people who know how to make it happen. So, Havel, guess whose birthday is coming up?
Wait, mine? Wait, how'd you know?
Wait. My birthday is coming up?
Yeah, my birthday's coming up. Yeah.
I was going to say my birthday is coming up.
Wait, really? No. Wait, when's your birthday?
Well, my birthday is on the 22nd of September.
Oh, mine's on the 19th. Oh, I didn't know that. Maybe we can celebrate together.
Yeah. So, how are you going to celebrate? Do you have plans?
Actually, I'm honestly just waiting for my friends to plan like a surprise. I mean, like growing up, I've never like hosted a birthday party before. And I just wait for like my family or like my friends to like ask me out for dinner and whatnot. So yeah, I'm just waiting. What about you?
Well, I'm really boring and I don't drink, so I can't pop the champagne or anything.
Right.
But I usually get my friends out and we usually have like a board game day together. So that's probably what I'll do. But that said, I'm open to options. So if our audience has any suggestions, maybe they can put it down in the comments below. And who knows, maybe our friends will see it.
Yes, please do comment, guys. Wait, but Faith, you'll still get cake though, right?
Of course. What's a birthday without cake? That's a bit pointless, isn't it?
Right. Actually, Faith, good that you mentioned birthdays and cakes. You know why?
Tell me more.
Right, because on today's show, our special guest has actually spent a lot of time in the cake industry. So Faith, maybe she has some ideas for us on how to celebrate.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, so tonight, everybody, we have with us someone from Temptations Cake, a long-established cake shop situated right in the heart of Duqian. Not only is she a social media manager at Temptations, but she's also a lifestyle blogger too. Today, she will be giving us an insight into the world of cakes, and if you stick around, you might learn a thing or two along the way.
So let's not keep our audience waiting. Please join us in welcoming on the Together Show, Miss Samantha Wang.
Woo!
It's so good to have you on our show, Samantha.
Hi, Samantha.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you feeling tonight?
I'm great. I just ended a day of work, so I'm just very refreshed to like meet young people, guys. Very energetic.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I let you in on a little bit of a secret, Samantha?
Yeah, sure.
I'm actually older than you.
Really?
Yeah, but not by much, don't worry.
Years ago.
It's okay, it's okay.
Okay, that aside.
That aside. So we hear that you are the social media manager for Temptations Cakes.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit more? Because my mother's Zumba place is actually really near to Temptations Cakes, but I just never went in. I always walk past and I'm like, oh wow, so nice. And then I just never went in. So could you tell us?
Sure. Okay. So just to put the context out there, Temptation is actually a family business. So you know, like what you mentioned in your intro, it's been around since like 1985. So ever since like day one that my mom kind of took over, I was actually in school back then. So I decided to kind of help her because I was in a business course. So I mean, better than just reading off the textbook, she said, why don't you just have some hands-on experience? And that's how I got involved in the cake shop. So in terms of like what the shop offers, I guess we have your standard, you know, birthday cakes that people tend to order. We also do customized cakes, like, you know, your fondant, very nice looking 3D cakes. And also, basically pastries, like your standard Swiss rolls for like, you know, people can just walk past and they can take and go. So pretty fast free, I would say. Yeah, that's mainly what we offer at Temptations. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a lot of stuff. I'm excited now. So
Samantha, you mentioned that it's a family business, right? So
Yeah.
what's it like working with family?
I think up front, the job is really 24/7 because you know, you go home and then like you go to work. It's kind of like social media is really like, you know, 24/7. So every time something happens or someone asks something on social media, I kind of get activated anytime.
Right.
Unless I'm sleeping. Yeah. But I guess on a more serious note, I guess it's cool working with me and my mom mainly because we can just sort out things very easily because I know her working style and she knows mine as well. Yeah, and there's no need to be like polite. Like for example, if you're working in like an MNC or like you have a boss, you have to be polite every time you want to raise something up. But to my mom, I can just be like, hey, I got something to ask you. Can I just ask you, you know, that kind of thing? Yeah, so it's kind of easy in a way. Like you don't have to iron things up. Yeah, so we get things done very fast. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
wow, it sounds like you're coping really well.
In a way.
Well, because
though.
I've got a little bit of a confession to make actually.
What?
Back in the day, I actually tried to work at my father's company as well, but it didn't end nearly so well. I wonder if any of our audience members might have that experience as well, like how well it went. Because it sounds like you're really coping very well, so mad props to you.
I guess it helps that because this is not really like my full-time job. So I mean, I still keep my sanity in work and then like just helping my mom like out of goodwill, I guess. I'm not even like paid.
Paid? You're not paid to manage a social media page? Oh.
Yeah, it's like I'm just helping her out of goodwill because she's someone who's a bit more logical. So she does more of the finance and the day-to-day operations. But in terms of like communications and marketing, I think I'm more savvy. So I'm just really just helping. Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a bit of a question actually about your mother and Temptations Cakes. So if you and your mother are running give me a moment. There's a bit of a technical issue. It seems that somebody's chosen to show my finest moments and Havel's finest moments during the... Let's see if our...
Together?
Oh, look, it's us! Okay, let's see if our departments can
We're
help.
able to
Hello, and welcome to the Voice Personality Hunt 2020 quarterfinal.
Okay,
Questions and now
Sorry.
let's do our best to fix
only
this.
free competition.
Hmm.
In this episode, we finally meet the
Oh,
Okay.
great! It went away.
A background video of what we're doing, like the contest that we're.
Oh, okay. Was that like the was that like
You look very cute.
Oh, so that was before the semifinals.
Yes, this is the quarterfinals.
Okay. So congrats for getting in.
So, to our viewers out there, if you haven't watched quarterfinals yet, that was a very sudden and very appropriately timed advertisement for our finest moments before we made it to this point.
Right,
So remember to watch that.
Wait, so I have a question for Samantha. So
Yeah.
growing up, I've always gone to like this like same like bakery shop for my birthday cake every year. Like it's right like in the corner of my neighborhood.
Okay.
And then like so how it works is that they'll show you like pictures of like cake designs and then you just pick it. And then yeah, since I go to it every year, I feel like I feel a sense of belonging to the shop. So I'm just wondering like, do you have any experience like that at Temptations? Like, are there any loyal customers who go there all the time for anything?
Yeah, we do. Okay, because we have been around since like 1985, which is I think like older than most of us. Yeah, so we have a lot of long time loyal customers that has been with us like since day one. Yeah, so it's great that like ever since I took over in like 5-6 years ago, I actually see these loyal customers coming back to me, and they're like, oh, I really love your cakes. I've been eating that since I was a kid, that kind of thing. So that has been like maybe 35 years, and I'm like, oh, you're still ordering from us. That's great. Yeah, so they'll be like, oh, my mom used to buy it for me when I was a kid, but now I'm buying it for my child.
Oh, that's so
Yeah. So it goes like generations and generations. So I guess that's heartwarming in that sense. Yeah.
That's so wholesome. I think that it's really cool that you have a following that spans generations, because I think like it's really kind of like a point of stability in these customers' lives. And I think, we can all definitely appreciate that.
Yeah.
So to end off our interview for tonight, we have a segment called the 4, 3, 2, 1 segment. So answer these as quickly as you can. We'd like 4 words to describe yourself.
Fun, jovial, outgoing, and happy.
you do seem very happy.
Yeah. So 3 people who inspire you.
I would say my grandma, my mom, and my church leader. Yeah.
Wow, your church leader. And 2 pieces of advice to people who wish to follow in your footsteps.
I think number 1, you just follow your dreams, and number 2, don't be afraid to actually reach out for advice or help if you really need it. Yeah.
Awesome. And 1 hope you have for the future.
For everybody to be happy and healthy.
Thank you so much, Samantha.
I've learned a lot today.
No
And don't forget to check out Samantha on Instagram at Princess Samantha.
And her wonderful cakes at Temptation Cakes at 42 Juchat Place. Thank you for tuning in to Together Show with Havel and Faith.
And don't forget to join us next week. Same time, same place. Bye-bye!
Bye! Thank you, Samantha.
Thank you again, Samantha.
I think it's very rewarding. I mean, like, I'm not sure if we messed up at some parts, but then, like, we really, like, worked so hard to build up to this moment,
We had our freak out moment last night.
Yeah.
Then we were like, you know what? We made it through, number 1. Number 2, like, everybody is so supportive already. And number 3, we learned so much anyway. So, like, if we get through, then it's great. And if we don't get through, then we've learned a lot already.
Thank you, Faith and Havel. And of course, a very big thank you to Samantha as well. Let us now go to our judges to see what they thought about their skills on screen.
Good job. You both did incredibly well. Love your bubbly personalities, and a plus point would be how there was good teamwork between you both, and also pretty good interview as well. One point would be the focus on the camera instead of looking on the screens. And well, overall, well done.
I think it's a good synergy between both girls, so well done, guys.
You guys really work together as a team really well, and you unpack some of the great insights about baking industry and some of the insights about the personal life in terms of working with family, which I thought was pretty interesting, and it kept me engaged as an audience. So good job to you guys, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Jeremy, Charlene, and Ching Hong once more. Celebrations are such an important part of our lives. There are so many things to celebrate about, milestones, and there is also the people part of it. You want to celebrate it with your loved ones as well. And you probably want to dress to impress. Be it finally getting that hot date after busting your data cap, swiping Tinder for the last 3 months, or maybe you just want to give your hair a new lease of life for the upcoming semester. Black Hair Salon has your back. Conveniently located at Capital Plaza, let their experienced team of hairstylists give your hair the treatment it deserves, letting you strut your stuff with confidence. Book your appointment now to start your journey with them by visiting the Instagram at Black Hair Salon to find out more. And now, I'm sure our next contestants are finished getting their hair ready for the next task. It's time to check back in with the other members of Team Kennedy. Let's tune in to the podcast by Rhubarb and Vrinda, who will be interviewing Sarah from Plan B Events.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rhubarb and Vrinda show, brought to you by SMU Broadcast and Entertainment. I hope everyone has had an amazing day, but if not, don't you worry, because we are here, as always, to lighten up your mood and brighten up your day. So Vrinda, how are you doing today?
Well, Rhubarb, I'm as amazing as ever. But you know what? Lately, I feel like I've been reliving the same day over and over again. I hate not being able to go out.
I know, right? And all of these online classes and submissions, it's just too much, man. And I don't even have time to chill anymore, like go out for a run or even a picnic with my friends. I feel like that was ages ago.
Yeah, I really miss the old kind of life. Like, I want to go out, I want to party. I feel so envious of all these people that had these big and fancy parties before circuit breaker. Like, aren't you?
We didn't even get invited to those parties, Vrinda. We seriously need new friends.
Okay, that really hurts. But anyway, moving on swiftly. But you know what, Rhubarb? My favorite kind of events weren't the big and fancy ones. Like, they were the aesthetic and elegant ones, you know, the ones that are so pretty and make your Instagram feeds shine. I wish I could get to know more about them and actually go to one.
Well, Vrinda, it seems like your wish is about to come true, because tonight we've got with us a very special guest brought here by the popular demand of our lovely audience.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to meet her.
Well, then hold your breath, because she is a master of celebration and a queen of picnic planning. She's the co-founder of PlanB.co, which plans your picnics from start to end. And she is none other than Sarah Sahib.
Hi.
Sarah, hi. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you? I had a great day today. Almost Friday.
I know, right? Well, I'm amazing as ever, and we're so glad to have you with us here tonight. So what have you been up to these days?
Sorry?
What have you been up to these days?
Yeah, so I'm doing that as well, Plan B, but I'm also a student. So, school started a month ago. So I'm also balancing my time with school, assignments and lectures and things like that. That's basically taking up
I totally feel you.
Yeah, I think it must be so tough to, juggle your school and company. So wait, Sarah, tell us more about PlanB.co and how you guys are managing, in this pandemic.
I think it definitely is a big hit, because obviously you can't even meet in groups, right? Or at least you couldn't until recently. So it definitely took a toll, but I think recently now since phase 2 started, we've seen a lot more interest and demand picking up again. So I think people are very excited, and as long as they get the ability of the rules relaxed enough for them to be able to have picnics, they'll go. So I think, it's definitely picking back up, and I think people are, excited to start meeting their friends again and having fun events.
Oh, well, I'm excited too for all those, aesthetic and cozy events.
Yeah.
So Sarah, tell me this, when we hear the word picnic, I think we've got, could you kindly pause?
Hello everyone. Hey Sarah.
Hi.
Sorry Sarah, give us a moment.
Problem.
Guys. Hello. Hey guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Guys, there's something. Maybe you can start. Go ahead.
Oh well, Sarah, what you just saw was our VPH semifinals. So it's a really fun event coming, and since you're an NUS student, I'm sure you would enjoy it a lot if you'd want to attend them. Anyways, we'll move on to the question. So, I as I was saying, so when you hear the word picnic, we suddenly get this stereotypical vision of baskets, fruits, and like a simple mat. But you've obviously expanded the scope. So why don't you tell us more about your vision of what a picnic could be?
Right. I think nowadays it's really common to see picnics like ours, right? Like where it's super elaborate, super fun. But when we started about like 5 years ago, it really wasn't a thing. At that point of time, I think like picnics were a lot more functional. So whatever it wasn't a visual experience. So whatever items they had, it was really functional. Like, okay, I need a picnic mat to sit on. I need a picnic basket to put my food in, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But now it's been this shift from something being functional to something being more experiential and about being like a more fun experience, just beyond functioning basically. So I think because of that shift, and I think social media has definitely played a big part. Now everything we do has to be Instagrammable. Everything we do has to look its best, and not just be functional, but be pretty and be fun. So I think social media was one really big role in that big shift and what people expect from events and almost anything in their lives now. So we came into the right time, I feel like, and now it's a huge thing everywhere.
Absolutely. But Sarah, tell us a bit more about what inspired PlanV.co and you especially to like focus a lot more on picnics as an event. Like what inspired and why are you so passionate about it? What's the reason?
Right. It started off as an accident at first. So this was just before I entered uni. And my best friend, she wanted to do a picnic for her boyfriend at the time. So she wanted to make it really pretty because, like I said, at that time, it wasn't really a thing. But she was like, I just have this idea. Let's do something really, really special. So I was like, okay, let me help you out. So I did it for her. And then we just put it up on our Instagram just for fun. And our friends were like commenting and replying us and be like, oh my God, do this for me, do this for me. So we just started out really casually, informally, just helping out friends. And then we got more and more requests from them, from just basically word of mouth. And then within a couple of months, we had, quite a big reach, and people were just asking us left, right, and center to do picnics and events for them. So that's how it started.
Well, Sarah, some accidents end up in really great things, such as PlanV.co.
For sure.
And so why don't you, since you're also a university student, we're also university students, budget sometimes is an issue. So being an event planner, why don't you share with our audience that how can we have a good time and how can we celebrate within a budget?
Yeah, I think it is definitely important to have a budget, and a budget doesn't mean you can't have a fun event, So when we meet our clients, the first thing that we always do is we ask them what's your budget, and then we plan from there, right? So I think have a budget in place, like don't be worried about that, you should do that. And then from there, maybe it's all about prioritizing what's important to you. If you prioritize having really good food, then spend your money there. If you prioritize, having really pretty flowers, and spend your money there. Just a matter of prioritizing what's important and then budgeting according to that.
Yeah. Okay,
Sarah.
Yeah, go ahead.
You sound like a real boss lady. You juggle everything so nicely.
Not really. I try, but not really.
It's okay. Well, now we're going to move on to a special segment of our show tonight, which is called the Rapid Fire Round. So, Brenda, why don't you share with us what we've got to do?
For sure. So, Sarah, now you get exactly 60 seconds, and we'll be throwing you rapid questions, and you have to come up with fiery answers. Are you ready for it?
Okay, just like one word answers or like
anything? Yeah, it has to be like
as quick as possible.
Super quick. All right. Okay. So, what is one word that describes your work ethic?
Motivated.
Nice.
So, what is something unconventional you'd like to celebrate?
Unconventional. I like to celebrate personally.
Doesn't have to be unconventional. What's your favorite type of celebration?
I think I would say I like to celebrate small moments. So obviously I like big, birthdays and things, but I like to celebrate small moments as well.
That's cool. Who's your biggest competition in the picnic planning industry of Singapore?
I can't name any names, but I mean, there's definitely one company that's been there since the start. They're called Kennede, and they're great. They do it full time, so they're very established, and they're great at what they do.
Okay. Good. But now, Sarah, if you could plan a picnic for any celebrity, who would you do it for and why?
God. So many. Okay, so I have to think because it's
just choose one handsome boy.
That's actually I was thinking of girls, but now that you mention it, Yeah,
okay,
I think I would happily plan Zine and Gigi's baby shower.
Oh my god, that's so cool. Can you please invite us? All right, the last question. When I say the word celebration, what pops up in your mind?
PlanB.co.
That's right, sis. That was a good one. Well, thank you so much for answering our rapid fire questions. You know, to end, I have to share with you something that it is actually Vrinda's birthday tomorrow. And, you know, we just want you to give us and the audience a DIY event planning advice that, you know, if you're planning an event ourselves, then how do we do it?
Okay, so like I said, you know, start off with a budget.
Mm-hmm.
Funny, one of my good friends, my best friend, she's actually doing her picnic for next week, and I was helping her plan. So, you know, the first thing I told her, and I'll tell you guys if you're my friends, you know, just start off with a budget.
And then go about it.
Go with the guest list. If you feel like there's some people they're not close to, just don't invite them. Like, don't feel the pressure to invite
them. That's a really good advice. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Well,
thank you.
Well, Sarah, if I was to have a picnic, you'd be my go-to lady. Thank you so much for being with us here tonight. Brinda and I thoroughly enjoyed your company, and I'm sure our audience feel the same way.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for your valuable time. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Signing off, SMU Broadcast and Entertainment, Rubab and Brinda.
I think we did okay. I think.
It was my first time doing a podcast and co-hosting, so I feel like when the other person doesn't go, you just go. That's one thing I didn't do.
Thank you, Rubab and Brinda. And of course to you, Sarah, as well. Let us now go to our judges to see what they thought about our contestants.
I was enjoying myself as I was watching your clip, and I noticed how you were gesturing, you were smiling, you were trying to keep the audience engaged by having a smooth flowing conversation.
I think a very successful interview will get your guests and viewers intrigued over the topic that they do some kind of search on their own. So that's a very good part. I think it means that your interview, it's very potent and very successful.
Even though there was a little tiny hiccup in which the video was played, you managed to salvage it really quick and move on with nobody focusing on the matter anymore. That was really a high level of mastery.
Thank you, Jeremy, Charlene, and Ching Hong for your comments. That's all the time we have for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Before closing off, we have an exciting giveaway lined up especially for you. For this episode, the question for Pop the Champagne is, according to the Guinness World Record, the longest dance party lasted 55 hours. Is it A, true, or B, false? Once you think you have all the three answers, head over to our Instagram page at SMUBE to find out how you can redeem your prize. The deadline for this closes on the 12th of September 2359. Thank you everyone for tuning into VPH Semifinals. The link to the VPH 2020 playlist is in the description box below, and if you want to find out more, you can always check out our Instagram page at SMUBE. And until next time, my name is Veronica from SMU Broadcast and Entertainment, because we entertain.